Riding single track on a one wheel is arguably one of the most fun things that you could do in the forest. But not all single track is created equal. Out here in Santa Cruz, we're blessed with nice, loamy, smooth single track, occasionally getting rough. But over on the East Coast, I know it's much more technical. Today, we're gonna explain what single track is, how to ride on it with a one wheel, so you can enjoy riding in the forest and off-road all the more. The best way to define a single track is not by the particular width, but whether or not you could ride side to side with somebody. If you can, that would be considered a double track. And if it looks like a road, then it probably is a road, and most likely a fire road. Number one thing to do on single track is make sure that you're aware of your surroundings. That's right. It could be a single track that is a multi-purpose and multi-use way trail, meaning there could be riders coming from behind you, and there could be riders coming from in front of you. As a one-wheeler, you're on the bottom of the food chain, so make sure if you see riders coming up the trail, or if there's somebody going faster behind you, you stop, dismount, and get to the side of the trail. This is a great point also to make sure that you're not blasting music on the trail or you don't have your headphones in too loud, because you want to be able to hear the other trail users.
Proper trail etiquette.
An important thing about riding on single track is it's basically all of your one wheel skills compressed into a really small, tight space. So you have to make sure that you're really dialed and really confident in your ability to go through tight spaces. Sometimes that single track might open up and it might close in. And you need to be ready for when you might get the single track that comes up like this and the tire gets in the middle. And that's when you might feel wobbles. Easiest thing to do in those scenarios, slow down, because it's really easy to have the board go heel side or toe side and flip over. On single track, you're going to be hitting all these little bumps, and if it's really smooth, you're still gonna have technical route sections that might not be a huge technical section, but you're going to be wanting to have a nice aggressive stance. I personally like to have my foot a little bit more angled forward, just in case I go around a berm or I do hit a root, and it makes it easier to jump off. So keeping a nice aggressive stance will allow you to make those micro adjustments more quickly and also flow with the trail around, hitting some of these corners, maybe hitting some of the roots. And if you're riding with people, it's always good to ride at a safe distance, especially if you're riding in dusty conditions, because that will limit your visibility on the trail. And sometimes if you hit a technical section without warning, that could lead to a little spill. So just to recap, remember to stay aware on the trail, front and back, find your flow, make those micro adjustments, and always make sure you're riding within your limits, because sometimes the single track might turn into the Finger Lakes.